The discussion today is no longer on whether you need a health insurance or not. It is a no-brainer that you need a health cover to ensure that you stay in the pink of your health, both financially as well as physically. But if you're wondering whether you should take an individual health cover or a family floater health cover, watch this till the end. Hi there, Namaste. I am Harshvardhan Dawar, and the topic for today's discussion in our series This or That is whether you should opt for an individual health insurance plan or a family floater insurance plan. A health insurance plan basically reimburses you for any expenses that you may incur as a result of a hospitalization. This ensures that you don't have to dip into your financial savings to take care of an unplanned hospitalization. The first question you need to ask yourself is, what is the amount of cover I should take for myself and my family to ensure that I am not dipping into my financial savings if at all a health emergency arises? How much insurance you should have is a function of where you stay, because the hospitalization expenses are more in the bigger cities. So if you live in a metro city or a tier 1 city, I would suggest the minimum cover you should look for is at least INR 10 lakhs. And if you're living in a smaller city, you should look for a minimum cover of at least INR 5 lakhs for each person. Now, to understand the difference between an individual health plan and a family floater health plan. An individual health plan basically gives an individual cover for each of the family members covered under the plan. So if you have a husband, wife and both the kids covered in an individual health policy, each of them would have an individual cover which is independent or separate from the other members covered in the policy. So in this we can see that the parents have a cover of 10 lakhs each, whereas the kids have a cover of 6 lakhs and 4 lakhs. And this cover is exclusive or specific for that member of the family. What happens with a family floater is it's a single policy covering the entire family under a single cover. So when a family takes a family floater policy with a sum insured of 5 lakhs, that sum insured of 5 lakhs is available for all the 4 family members to use. Right? It is a single umbrella under which the entire family is covered for an amount of 5 lakhs. So how does a family floater plan actually work? Let's take an example where say the husband gets malaria, he's hospitalized, and post hospitalization he comes back with a bill of INR 3 lakhs, which is taken care of by the insurance company with which they had the family floater plan. If 3 or 4 months down the line, the wife also gets malaria and she also runs a bill of 3 lakhs, what will happen here is the insurance company will reimburse you only to the extent of INR 2 lakhs, because in the family floater of 5 lakhs, you've already utilized an amount of 3 lakhs, and what is available for the entire family for the rest of that year is an amount of only 2 lakhs. So you can see that the entire cover is available for any family member to use, but if a particular family member makes a claim, the total amount available for the rest of the family actually reduces. So the question to be asked is, why should you go for a family floater cover? Yes, it's pretty obvious that a family floater is much cheaper compared to an individual health cover. To help you understand this, if you were to individually cover each of the 4 family members with a sum assured of INR 5 lakhs, the total premium the family would run up is close to about 35,614 per annum. Versus if I were to take a family floater wherein the entire family is covered for an amount of INR 5 lakhs, the premium reduces drastically to an amount of just 18,768. So a family floater is an extremely cost-effective way to get started and take a cover instead of worrying about the fact that health insurance is very expensive and I cannot afford it. What you should understand is the total premium which a family pays is largely governed by the number of members in the family and also by the age of the eldest member in the family. Now, what has happened over time is insurance companies have got creative. They understand that a family floater puts a family to a disadvantage if any one member in the family makes a claim, and that's when they've introduced something what is known as a restoration clause. What happens with the restoration clause is that if any one particular family member makes a claim, in our example the policy amount was 5 lakhs and one member made a claim of INR 3 lakhs, instead of the rest of the family being left with a cover of only INR 2 lakhs for the year, the restoration clause kicks in and the sum insured is restored back to the original amount of INR 5 lakhs, which is available for the entire family to claim for the rest of the year. So if later on another member is hospitalized and needs to make a claim of INR 5 lakhs, the entire amount is paid by the company. Obviously, the family floater plans which come with the restoration clause are a little more expensive compared to the ones without a restoration clause. So you may want to check the premiums before you finalize, but it is a very good option to have those policies which have a restoration clause, because for 20% increase in your premium, you are able to restore the sum insured for the rest of the year, and the disadvantage which we saw where other family members are left with a smaller cover is taken away, and then the rest of the family actually has the complete cover for the rest of the year. So you can see that a family floater plan is a fantastic way to get started, since it's pretty cost effective and is a much better option than not having any insurance cover. If you can afford it, then definitely go for an individual cover, or otherwise you can go and pick one of the family floater plans. Another thing you should keep in mind is that if any of your family members propose to be covered under a family floater have pre-existing illnesses, right, that increases the chances that they would make a claim under the policy, then it would make sense to go have a individual cover for those members, so that the others are not left fending for themselves. At the end of the day, if you can afford it, go for an individual health plan. If you think you cannot afford it, a family floater is a fantastic way to get started. And if any of the members who are proposed to be covered under the family floater have a pre-existing illness, then you should reconsider if an individual plan is a better option. If you have any questions regarding your family floater or your individual health plan, do drop in the comments below and we will reply to those. Do like, share and subscribe our channel for freshly brewed content from Wealth Cafe every Saturday and Wednesday. Till then, save hard and invest smart.